what is up? So fellas, today your girl's gonna tell you that absolutely when you go ahead, ignore her, do this, I won't say so much, it will consequence you into having her feel these ways of, I don't want to pursue him, he's not serious. But overall, fellas, this video is gonna be down to, you can do these type of things, but realistically, when we get back to exactly making yourself look responsible, you won't. As a man, the actions that sometimes it takes to be yourself is not gonna be the best. But once again, you are trying to represent yourself as the man that you can carry out to be. And unfortunately, one more time, you being responsible for that woman's emotion, being there, and I wrote, making responsible decisions and actually being able to speak to her, it's not gonna happen. But I'm gonna help you, or I'll try to help you guys today with what you guys could do to help you. All right, so with that being said, click the links down below, and of course, if you haven't already, give this video a big thumbs up. All right, so making decisions that are not responsible so much is gonna fall back into 99% of women will not want you. Ignore men when they do this, and it comes back to you are not showing yourself to appear of a man that's important and relevant to her energy to want to enjoy you or be around you. So realistically speaking, make yourself not the high value version of I do this, I have this, I handle that, I could do all these things. Fellas, you only display yourself to be a certain type of man. When we move on to women, and then we have a woman that ignores men who do this type of stuff, she's not looking for a boy. She's looking for a full outgrown man. And sometimes I feel like it's like, oh, well, women have to adjust this, and she got to improve her game on being more of a mature woman. And it's true. But we have to talk about the modern day where it's like, if you go after her, or if she stops going after you and you're going to stop, then reality is that you're more relevant to make improvements. And then after her, it's like, once you get the point of actually explaining to her, because you should tell her that's your girl, then you make her understand that this is supposed to happen. But her action is gonna back it up. So once she understands that she should do this, or this is what a woman could do, should do, then it's gonna play out where it's gonna happen for you, fella. But fellas, in general speaking, y'all don't let it get to that point. Y'all kind of rush into it instead, and allowing a woman to basically control your decisions, make your next moves. So you got to get back to making these, let's say it like this one more time, these things are not important. These things that are not brought up so often because nobody really looks out for it until somebody's feelings get involved or gets hurt. But these things out here, it's going to be down to knowing your worth and knowing what you should be entertaining. So reality is that sometimes it's not even worth it. And then decide what is supposed to be next to get basically the whole outcome of this is the girl you should deal with. This is the woman that you should deal with, right? So I gotta lastly wrap up with just saying that making irresponsible decisions of ignoring, and this is for all my fellas out here, ignoring a girl, making that irresponsible decision of ignoring her is gonna hurt her. It's gonna make her feel certain ways, and it's just gonna down her emotions. So it's like, for you fellas, like, you guys gotta kind of almost look at her point of view. But when we talk about her also, she has to obviously understand yours, but it's not gonna be that way in the beginning. So it's like, some girls, they gotta get to a point of like, you bring me to understanding you. You understood that I needed you, and I know this sounds bad, but I needed you to bring me to this point of understanding you. So the dependence is gonna be a lot brought on you, whether it's in denial, whether it's told about. But realistically speaking, she's going on her own journey, and it's gonna be a lot of times weak. So when you're that guy in her life, I gotta be honest. You gotta play the part of giving her what she needs so she's completely, somewhat, to be more exact, somewhat happy with the deliverance of you being there. The comfortability of having somebody there. The strength of going on because she has you there. There's gonna be a lot of opportunities and chances for a woman to embrace, enjoy, love, and actually appreciate every moment that she's gotten now. But the thing is like, it's not gonna happen over time. So it's like the progress that's made and getting to where this woman could be, should be, it's like a slow progress a lot of times, but it's working towards it. So if you see the bigger vision, or there is supposed to be a bigger vision that you're supposed to look at, all these type of things, it's gonna happen, but it's happening over time. So it is definitely a slow progress, and it's seeing things for what it is. Okay, so now that we're getting close to the end of the video, I need y'all to get that you're gonna deal with women that's gonna make you definitely think that ignoring her is not a problem. You're gonna have to deal with women that's gonna make you feel like, why are you not responding? You should feel like you should, and then I'm one of the baddest, or I look this type of way. So when you have women deal with you, and I say deal with you as in she still, in her words, puts up with you, you only have women that don't value you, obviously don't see what could happen, but y'all still entertain it. So back to her, y'all gotta get that she's doing what she has to do. She's doing what she has to do for the moment to get you and get what ultimately is gonna get what's gonna get her what she wants in life. So women are gonna, obviously, whether you know it, paid or on, but you should know it now, she's gonna do what she gotta do to get what she wants. So if it's gonna be, you know what, that man is not giving me a time of the day, or he's not giving me enough effort, incorrect or correct, it's not enough, because validation, because this type of man. Now options can go on, and this could happen where it's like multiple decisions are always applied, multiple options once again is there. Either way, for that woman, y'all gotta get that her headspace is always weighing out what her options is as well. A woman that doesn't think or doesn't have options, that's not available like that. It's not gonna be thought of. So when we fall back to her, there's a reason why she wants this type of guy. There's a reason why it makes sense for her to do these type of things. But once again, if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't fall in line, it doesn't work out. And so it's like the categories that a woman could fall in, they choose it for themselves, but your control is to take over for yourself. And so now that we're getting close to the end of the video, I need y'all to just get that, take full control of yourself. Ignoring, as a fella especially, it's gonna take you being able to get that you can get another girl, no matter how many times you got turned down, or no matter how beautiful that girl seems. You gotta get that your power is stronger than that. And so realistically speaking, you could not be good enough of a guy for a specific type of woman, but that woman is still gonna want a certain type of thing, so you could not be that type of guy for that moment. But ultimately, you're being who generally matters, and who you truly are. And the outcome is, you could be the guy that woman wants, but it will be later on. Your ultimate goal is to be who you want, but being who you want comes with purpose, status, and of course, all the things that the females want. So once again, realistically speaking, she's gonna request a certain type of thing, but you bring that to the table. She can only ask, she can only want, and then she can only keep going back to the same type of guy that gives her the same type of thing that she doesn't really want, but she still wants. So that's a whole nother story, but it's like, you guys gotta get that. She knows what's up, but you guys kind of doubt yourself, switch up, change things. So be true to yourself always, but understand that, you know, you're doing enough. You're doing good. And she noticed it. Whether she says something, y'all got to get that she seen it. She seen it for sure. And so last thing is that you're living up to who you are. You're basically, this whole inside of you, this whole well, I don't have this type of money or type of image, you know, I don't weigh this type of much. This whole improvements that you guys could make long term, y'all gotta get that long term is gonna happen, but you're living up to make it seem like this is where it's heading. Your promises can be deeper when you know what you're capable of, but you're not lying about what you could bring. So it's not every time every fella or a lot of fellas are lying, but most definitely what you could bring to the table or what is out there to be offered, you bring it to the table, you let it play out so it can work out. Okay, so I will go ahead and wrap up to say that anytime, fellas, you're ignoring her for the sake of you're bettering yourself. You're ignoring her because, hey, that job that you have, that purpose that's calling you, you went ahead and attacked it. You went ahead and went after it. But the results show afterwards. Now, some fellas, and this is just kind of like reaching a little bit. Some fellas would be like, well, the results should show automatically, or when the results show, it only means this. Your end goal is always you. A lot of fellas have to get that. Even if it's this, she's gonna feel that way. You're still thinking about, well, am I upset? Or I did this because I did this for me. Or I did this and the results are supposed to be this. And if it's not that, it's okay. You know, so it's like every situation is going to be different for anybody. But you get to understand like almost what is going on with your situation where you can understand what's next. So should you ask for more? Should you want more? Is it required to have more from this specific woman, the specific someone? And so that's the point, the parts that will allow you to know that you should not be allowing things to happen. You should know at this moment it should not be controlled this way. Okay, so I'll leave it at that only because I do want to still elaborate, but hey, I feel like I said a whole lot. Okay, so with that all being said, I did tell you guys I do have a website. Check it out. And y'all, please check out my Patreon and the other links down below. And once again, know your value, know your worth. Ignore what's supposed to be ignored. What's supposed to be meant for you should be there for you. And then whatever you can't control, don't try to control it. Allow things to flow. Once things start making sense or it's aligning, it's flowing, it's going a certain way, a breeze. I was gonna say mermaid, but I'm only thinking about that. But it kind of goes away where don't even try, or it's like it's there. Once it's like that, it's like allow it to be, allow it to happen. Your life is gonna be what you want to make it out of, but you gotta make out of what makes sense. And then when you go after your goals and ambition and what you want out of life, you have to make sure nothing gets in the way. So in the meantime, make sure you're making sense of what makes sense. Make sure you're following what makes sense, and don't make sacrifices that are not logical, but sacrifices that will actually help you and make sense. So overall, putting yourself first is going to allow you to make these correct decisions of what you ultimately want. And that's it. That is the main focus. And that is that. All right, so make sure you stay on track, and that is all. And thank you guys for watching to the end, and y'all will see me in my next video. Bye guys.